Hello friends, it's Kathy Clement with Kathy by Design. Welcome to Wonderful Wednesday. This is the second week of January 2025, so it is time for us to make our banner of the month. Our theme for January is Cozy Kitchen, and we're working with Prima's Darling, the Home Baker collection. I've done a couple of previews of this, but I'll do a quick flip through of the 6x6 so you can see how darling this collection really is. All these little baking mice, cute little vintage kitchens. They have aprons and chef hats and all the things you love. Look at this little one at the stove, so sweet. And we're working with this all month long. So I'll link to the preview that I did of this collection in case you missed that. And today is our banner. And we've made a precious little home baker banner. This will be so darling hanging in someone's kitchen. It's got mason jars and butterflies and roses and these sweet little baking mice. There's a shaker frame. This is Rene Bouquets, the flowers and the chip border from Rene Bouquets. Here's the little sous chef with her canister of flour and spatula. Here's a little advertisement for afternoon tea, another little dangle charm, and then this sweet little mason jar on the end. So if you'd like to learn how to make this banner, stick around because the tutorial is coming up next. All right, friends, let's go ahead and get this banner tutorial going. Once again, I've worked with Eileen Hall's House Pocket Stitchlet die, and I have some Graphic 45 square tags, and this is just a little tag die that I had in my stash. I think this is also an Eileen Hall, I think it was called the luggage tag die. It's retired now, but anything with a shaped edge, Graphic 45s, ATC, pocket makes a really great little tag, but I just like to vary the size and shape. So I have my three pointed pennants in the center. I've stitched this onto a striped grosgrain ribbon that I had in my stash. And then I had this really cute ruffled brown trim that I stitched along the top. And then I also stitched the pennants to the ribbon along the bottom. Now, do you have to stitch? No, you can use adhesive. I just like to stitch because I feel like it makes it really sturdy. Everything's going to stay in place. And, you know, that's why I do it. I cut my base out with craft cardstock, and then this is the perforated section of the house pocket die, and I just kind of cut in half along those perforations. So that's the basics. Let's get started building this cute banner for the kitchen with this middle panel. And this is cut from the 12 by 12 pad. Let's go ahead and do our center shaker element. And you can see I've used my score tape, 1/4-inch score tape roll to kind of make a fence around my shaker elements. And this works really well because I actually used a 1/4-inch score tape roll to make my shaker window. I painted it with white paint, adhered it to the back of this beautiful Rene Bouquets shell doily, and then added my clear acetate to make the shaker window. So we're just going to let that set because this is going to take a little bit longer than usual. Along the top, I've got this really cute chef's cap and whisk and little floral display. I'm going to put a little hot glue on this as well as my foam tape because I do want to make sure it sticks. This is going to go right up here. Isn't that adorable? Just like that. And then down here in this corner, I've got these sweet little pot holders that I've separated with foam tape to kind of create some dimension. And these are going to go right here. So that is our center panel. Super quick and easy. On this pennant to the left, this is also cut from 12 by 12, the same piece. I've fussy cut from my scraps this little cookbook page, and I put foam tabs behind it and kind of curled this corner a little bit. Then I fussy cut this darling little baker mouse out of the 12 by 12 pad, and I've backed this with foam tape. And we're going to glue this down. This paper collection is a fussy cutting paper lover's dream. It is so full of wonderful images to fussy cut. Now, because that tail is delicate, I'm going to put a little adhesive on the end, and I'm going to glue it right down to our pennant so that it stays in place. But isn't that the sweetest? Oh my goodness, I love this paper collection. On this pennant, we're going to do sort of an echo of that. This is another fussy cut from my scraps of a cookbook page, and I've done the same thing. Curled the edges. This is going to go on this side like this, and then I've got this little mouse that I just love. I think it's the chef cap that gets me. It's so adorable. And again, I put foam tape on the back of this, and we're just going to put this down right here, just like that. Now you'll notice that when I fussy cut this, I left a little space here. That's because we're going to add a little something something there when we get to the embellishing part. But for now, that is very good. That's exactly what I want. The pennant to the right of the one we just did is going to have this really cute afternoon tea sign, and I've backed this with chipboard. This is my buddy Brenda sent this to me. She knows I'm a tea lover, and it's so cute. So that's going to go right there. Then I've got this sort of chocolatey colored flower that's going to sit right here. And then there's this cookie jar image that I fussy cut from the paper collection. And I've added foam tape to the back. I don't think I need that one up there. And I've got single here and double there and there so that everything will be level. And this is going to sit right here. And then I've got this beautiful Rene Bouquet's butterfly, which goes so well with this paper collection. I can't even believe it. And this is going to go right here. Okay. Just press that in. And then I may tuck a leaf, a little leaf back in behind, or not. I don't think I need it. All right, this pennant, I fussy cut around the 3x4 card with this cute mixer and array of kitchen goodies. And I've glued this onto a piece of chipboard. And we're going to put this down right here. I don't want to cover up this sweet little mouse with the cookie sheet. Then from the ephemera pack, this small vintage cookbook goes right here. And then these cute little recipe cards. And these are from my stash. These are going to sit right in here like that. And then I've got another one of these beautiful butterflies that we're going to put, let's put it right here. This is going to go right here. Isn't that sweet? I just love that. That's adorable. All right. I do this little end pennant. This is half of a Rene Bouquet's April in Paris doily that I heat embossed with shabby blue embossing powder. I'm going to put a little adhesive, and then I've got double tape, score tape on the other side. This is going to sit down like this on this, and kind of at an angle, tipping so that the top is tipping toward the right. I'm going to put another little piece of score tape under there to level it because it's not quite level. There we go. That will do the trick. And then I've got this adorable decorator bag. I've got a glue web here that I'm going to put over the top of our mason jar. And that's that piece. I may just take a bit, actually I'm going to take just a bit of hot glue, stick it down there and hold it with my finger for a second so that we have a little bit of a rounded shape to our mason jar. On this end pennant, you guessed it, there's the other half of that April in Paris doily. And I've got foam tape on the back of another mason jar, and this one's going to tip so that the lid goes toward the left. And then I've got this darling little whisk from the ephemera pack that I think I want to have facing that way. And again, I've put foam tape on the back. So there's our pennants all designed, really sweet. Now we can concentrate on these bow corners and any other little embellishments we feel like we need to add. All right, friends, we are just about finished. Here's what our bow clusters are going to look like on either end. I did this one myself, and we'll do one together. You can see I've added these really pretty streamers to our ribbon, which I love. I love the way this looks. And you can always trim them shorter if you like. And then I just added these little dangle charms on the Graphic 45 tags, a few little posies over here, and a little twine bow, this little floral cascade on our center panel. I added this little cute little jar of flower canister and spatula on that cutout circle, and tucked a flower back behind the jar of sugar cubes. Here's a dangle charm here, and I added the word bake to the bottom of this so it just looks more grounded, not like it's floating around. And now we're down here at this end. I like to put a non-stick sheet behind my desk when I'm working on these bows. And I tie my bows probably about an inch, 3/4 of an inch, an inch away from the corner of the pennant. This gives me room to add flowers without crowding out the pennant. So you can see I just tied a very simple knot here. I'm going to go through this way. And pull. So there's our little streamers. And see, here's our pennant, and I'm about an inch over from there. So this is, I forget the name of this. It's a delicate stitch satin. I think it's called Sage. And I'm going to put it right here in the corner. I like my tails to go up on my banners because that way they don't interfere with the images. And then I tied a brown sugar twine bow. These are all from Really Reasonable Ribbon. So that's going to go right there. And let me bring in my flowers. I've got these little kind of chocolate covered, cocoa covered, colored rose buds that are going to go down right here. Then this is a Renee Bouquets. Oops. This might be from her sweet shop. I will link on my blog, and then I'll link to my blog in the description box. So this one's going to go right here. And then these little ivory roses. I kind of squished that up a little bit. And I'm going to tuck this one in so they're kissing. And that is that. I mean, that is super easy, guys. And I love the way this turned out. I did add buttons. These are just wood coconut shell buttons that I had in my stash in between each pennant, and I threaded them with a kind of a sagey blue combination thread. But that is our banner of the month for January 2025. Prima's The Home Baker. So sweet. It's going to look so cute hanging in somebody's kitchen. Thanks so much for joining me, friends. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We have a lot of fun here. All my tutorials on this channel are free. And I will be back next week with our card of the month made with the same adorable collection. And I think I'm going to do two same base build, but one with Graphic 45 Season to Celebrate and one with the Prima Home Baker. All right, guys, go get your craft on. Bye.